Hey, what's up guys? I'm BTC. If you haven't seen it yet, there are some pretty significant changes to Mercy over on the PTR, and they come in the form of a massive nerf to Mercy's Resurrect ability and her ultimate Valkyrie. Now, I can say this without any exaggeration, without any hyperbole whatsoever. If these changes on the PTR get pushed through to the live version of the server, then Mercy will become absolute garbage tier. She will be by far the worst healer in the game, and there really won't be any reason to ever use her above any of the other support characters. So here's the thing, I think people play favorites way too much. I don't want Mercy to be overpowered, but I don't want her to be underpowered either. I don't want any of the characters to be too good or too bad. I just want the game to actually be balanced. Alright, so at the time of this recording, Blizzard still hasn't released all the patch notes. Really, I've talked about this before, it's just plain unacceptable for Blizzard to not have fully detailed patch notes for every single update they have. They have plenty of people, there's no reason why they don't have good patch notes. Anyways, so we don't know all the stuff, but they did tell us at least what the Mercy specific changes are, and here they are. It says, we're currently testing some new changes on the PTR, Mercy's Valkyrie. No longer resets or lowers Resurrection's cooldown, instead it now doubles Resurrection's range. This is beyond garbage. Like, this is a joke. Like, I honestly feel like someone is gonna jump out and say, hey, it's just a prank, because this is so laughably, hilariously bad of a change. Like, I don't even know what to say to this, really. Like, so in case you don't know, the distance that you need to be in order to resurrect, it's technically 5 meters in game, but because of the way the kind of hit detection works with the character orb, the little soul that's on the ground, you pretty much have to be right on top of it. So by doubling the distance, you basically can take like one extra step back. Like, that's it. So you're telling me that when Mercy is flying around in the air, she has to swoop down, and now when she swoops down to resurrect somebody, she can be like one step further away when she actually triggers the res. Like, this does absolutely nothing whatsoever. Like, this is almost worse than nothing because it's kind of an insult. And here's the thing, it doesn't even matter because most of the time you're going to use the resurrect at the beginning of the fight anyways. So when you use your ultimate, you're not going to have resurrect available during that entire ultimate time frame anyways. So it just doesn't matter. So not only is it just absolute garbage, it won't even be effective. Like, it's not going to matter at all, even in the slightest. Alright, so what is going on with Mercy? What is it that actually makes this such a catastrophic change to the character? Is it really as bad as I'm saying? Yes, it absolutely is. So the change that they made is so that whenever you use the Resurrect, the normal cooldown is going to be 30 seconds. However, in the live version that we currently have, if you use your ultimate, it instantly resets the Resurrect, and then it makes it so that future Resurrects are on a 10-second cooldown for the duration of the Valkyrie ult. However, now all of this has been changed. The Resurrect is constantly on a 30-second timer whether you use your ultimate or not, and it does not get reset when you use your ultimate. So this means that Mercy can use her Resurrect ability once every 30 seconds, basically no matter what. There's no way to reset it or to speed it up or anything like that. Now, this comes in two different problems. First of all, it makes the Resurrect significantly worse. One of the really good things that you could do with the Resurrect is you could res a teammate, pop your ult, and then instantly res someone else. It gave you a lot of kind of tempo and a lot of impact in the fight that's going on. So these changes make both the Resurrect and the ultimate significantly worse. For the Resurrect, it now means that you can only use res once in a fight. There's no other ability in the game that you can only use once per fight. So now basically that's it. You get that one time, and then that's it, you're done. Now, as far as the ultimate goes, this change turns the Valkyrie ultimate into pretty much one of the worst ultimates in the game. Now, if you look at what the other supports can do, like, for example, Lucio, what does he have? He has the sound barrier that can protect your entire team from a barrage of incoming damage and possibly an ultimate combo that the enemy team might be using. Same thing with Zenyatta. It works a little bit different, but it's basically the same functionality. Now, Ana is a little bit of a different story because it's used more for offensive capability as opposed to defensive. But what does Mercy have now? Well, she basically just kind of gains flight, and that's, for the most part, it. She can fly up in the air. It makes it really hard to kill her because she's got the regen constantly going and stuff. And when she uses her heal beam or her damage beam, it will chain to a couple of other targets. So it will heal you a little bit, but it's not really that good. When you compare it to Lucio or to Zenyatta, they're just so much better at keeping your team alive. Because in a situation where you have an enemy Genji or a Soldier or a Reaper who are using their ultimate, a Lucio or a Zen are going to be able to basically counteract that ultimate. But Mercy really can't do anything now. She gets slightly better healing for about 20 seconds. If the enemy team is using those ults or any number of other ultimates, then basically your team is still going to die. Like the Mercy that's flying around in the sky, she'll still be alive when everyone else is dead, but it's not really going to help you. So the main power of the Valkyrie ultimate was the fact that she could constantly res people and keep the fight for your team going. That's what she did. So instead of trying to keep them all alive at the same time, like Lucio and Zen, she would basically like go and pick them up after they fell. Now, I understand that for whatever reason, people don't like certain characters, and they want to see their favorite characters buffed and the characters that they don't like to be nerfed. But I simply don't see any point in having characters that have been nerfed into oblivion, right? If Mercy has been nerfed into the ground so much that she is basically garbage tier and she is surpassed by all the other characters in the support and the healing category, what's the point of even having the character in the game, right? So you may not like the character, but there's no reason to have it be garbage. If it's going to be garbage, then there's no reason to even have it in the game anymore. The thing is I talked about this a couple days ago in a different video. I said Mercy's Resurrect is such a unique and powerful ability that you really can't change it without making it completely worthless. It's either going to be really strong, or it's going to be absolute complete garbage. And with this change, they took it into absolute complete garbage. Now, my suggestion was that rather than trying to nerf the Resurrect and trying to get it to be weaker, which you really can't, there is no middle ground. Like I said, it's either really strong or really garbage, really weak. So my suggestion was, rather than trying to do that, just make Ana and Zenyatta better. Make them bring something to the game, bring something to the fight, to the table that is on par, that is at the same power level as Mercy's Resurrect and Lucio's Speed Boost. Like, the Biotic Grenade is nice, Zenyatta's Discord Orb is nice, but they're not nearly as good as the Speed Boost or the Resurrect. So if you want to bring up the other supports, that's what you have to do. You have to power them up a little bit so that they're on par with the Lucio and the Mercy. Because otherwise, what we're going to get is the situation that we have now, where Mercy's Resurrect is now basically garbage, and her ultimate is probably one of the worst in the entire game. So again, I think Blizzard is going in the completely wrong direction, trying to nerf the Resurrect, because again, it's either going to be really good, it's going to be really bad. You can't have anywhere in the middle. Instead, they should be trying to find ways to make Ana and Zenyatta compatible on a power level with Lucio and Mercy. So what do you guys think about all this? Let me know in the comment section. Also, don't forget to check out my Discord server. Follow me on Twitter. The links for that stuff is down below. Thanks for watching. Remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.